and well met. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are so happy to have you here at Severed Threads, Notes from the Black Ballad. I am Medium, very happy to be here with my amazing players once again. Jesse, Ryan, Tess, Samus, and Soku. Very special thank you to Storytellers Forge. Reach for it, yeah! Who is the publisher and writer of this fantastic module that we are playing. Also, the producers of this podcast. Podcast, but mostly a stream. Could also be a podcast. And also, we're very grateful to them for their great support and for their amazing product that they have created that we really enjoy playing. If you enjoy what we do and what we're doing with the Black Ballad, then you'll be happy to know that thanks to some successful crowd funding, the Storytellers Forge has some other cool things coming. In particular, be on the lookout for Festival of the Forgotten, Revelations of the Dark Carnival, which, if it's anything like this, is going to be amazing. We'll look forward to playing that in the future. But for now, Severed Threads. We still have plenty to do with this particular module, and I'm really excited about tonight's session. The music you're listening to and will listen to for the rest of tonight's broadcast is by Diamorte, fantastic band led by Drake. Very grateful to them for the music that they have created for this awesome module. If you like the character art that you're seeing, then you have Kai to thank for that. And if you like dice, and who doesn't like dice, we should tell you to stay tuned. At some point in the future, probably the last session, there will be, last session of Session 2, I should say, there will be a dice giveaway, and we are looking forward to seeing what Umbral Oculus has to offer our fantastic viewers in the way of free dice. All of the links to the important things I've just mentioned are in the chat. Before we get started, I think I'm going to do a little rapid-fire questioning of our group here. So, let's see. Today's question will be, what is your favorite level 3 and lower spell from D&D 5th edition? And we're going to start with Tess, because she looks lost. Oh, can't hear you, Tess.
You're muted.
I was worried I didn't know the answer, but I know the answer. It's Magic Missile, and it's been Magic Missile since I was 13 years old. So
well, that's easy.
That's obviously the answer.
Very good. So nobody else can choose Magic Missile. Samus, yours.
Speak with animals. I always love connecting with nature. I am part druid in life, and so that always has a special space in my heart.
Very nice. Soku?
Gentle Repose.
Interesting choice. Gentle Repose is your favorite.
Yeah.
It does sound nice. It sounds very, very relaxing. Jesse?
Samus took mine. I love Druidcraft. It's the cantrip. It's silly, but you can find really funny ways to use it, and I love that.
Yes, indeed. And last but not least, Ryan.
Oh my god, it's a hard choice between the one that fucks with the DM more, Counterspell or Conjure Animals. I don't know, because they're both heinous.
It's your favorite because of the nightmares it causes the DM?
I mean, listen to the puns.
You're also, like...
Are you trying to die?
You're
I mean, it's how I summoned
Jack is going down.
porpoises. I mean, you know what? Now that I think about it, it's got to be Conjure Animals, but, you know.
Gothorcas.
All right. My friends, I think with that done, I'm going to kill you, Ryan. It's happening tonight. With that all being done, I think it is, as they say, time. So,
Yay.
I extend my hand, inviting you to step with me into fantasy. Release your hold on that which you know to be true, and let imagination rule for the next few hours.
He said it.
He did say it.
I say it a lot. So, last time on Severed Threads, Notes from the Black Ballad, the adventurers sallied forth into, well, actually, they began, as I recall, on their journey away from the Onyx Requiem, heading out into the Ashen Fields on a quest given to them by the Godless Monarchy. In order to stem the tide of the Scarlet Malice, determined that an end, or at least a brief cessation, to the ability of those who wield necrotic and those who wield the power of life, a ending of their ability to resurrect, have magic that can circumvent the power of death, would perhaps ebb the tide of the Scarlet Malice, this never-ending flow of souls into this limbo-like area known as the Sunless Crossing. A delegation was going to be sent to the domain of the dead, the source of all dead, death, and necrotic power that the gods then siphon towards their followers, and also a delegation going to the domain of life. The adventurers, being dead, are the best choice to head to the domain of death, since they were the only ones who could potentially survive. On their way, they created a group of velociraptors that were able to convey them across the Ashen Fields.
Did we do that?
Well, you Magian, the betrayer, who is with you,
upon us.
this strange and enigmatic figure, this personification of, according to Corcoran Pebblemoss, the domain of dreams, is along with you, and they decided that they wanted velociraptors, and so velociraptors is what you have. On your way, you saw more evidence of the deterioration of order here in the Sunless Crossing as the Scarlet Malice gets its tendrils into more and more souls, and of course the Legionnaires and the Accursed Guard continue their never-ending and growing war here in the Sunless Crossing. Just before reaching the edge of the Storm of Broken Worlds, the group encountered a caravan of wagons and souls that were in dire need as they were caught in the crosshairs between fighting Legionnaires and fighting Accursed Guard. The adventurers saw those that needed their help, and like the heroes they are, despite the fact that they are dead, they threw themselves at the fray, and indeed, that is where we are right now. So, initiative is already rolled. At the top of the order, we have Niall. Niall, what do you do? Before you say anything, I will remind you that the center of this map, it was mentioned that last week they looked kind of like trees. They're not trees. They are the innocent folk in the middle that are trying to take cover from all of the chaos that is happening around them.
Indeed. Well, I know that I've ruined my stealth with silvery barbs, but I gave myself advantage from it. So in an effort to spare the crowds in the center of the map, I am going to grip my fist tightly, and I am going to channel the power of Fate Gripper, and I am going to throw my energy toward the Accursed Guard near the crowd, and I'm going to teleport to him with the blade of Fate Gripper embedded into his chest, if in fact I do make contact.
Well, yes. We'll see how it goes when you make your attack roll. Go for it.
All right. With advantage, it's a 19 to hit.
A 19 on the one that is right next to Dawn, you say?
No, it's the one that is closest to the crowd in the center.
Ah, I see. Indeed. a 19 is going to hit as Fate Gripper leaves your hand and indeed appears embedded in the accursed guard's armor, and you disappear from where you are and move right to that blade with your hand actually on the hilt.
And that is 27 points of damage.
Very nice.
Whoa. Nice.
Which puts me right next to him.
It does.
And I think with my bonus action, I'm going to disengage and run right back where I was.
Perfect. Absolutely. Perhaps a confusing sequence of events for the accursed card, but yes, Fate Gripper leaves your hand. As you activate it once again, there is these eyes, these demonic-like eyes on the back of this gauntlet that you wear. You feel a pricking as the blood on your hand infuses the spaces in between the segments on this gauntlet, and then a demonic-like expulsion of will and force and power shoots out, and it precedes you as the blade launches itself across this place, and as you said, stabs him. So that is your turn, I believe, Niall.
Yes, it is. I am done.
All right, brings us to the Legionnaire. Let's see. They are still suffering from synaptic static, at least this one over by Dawn is. Let's see. What will he do? He does not like this massive beam of light that is shooting from your will, Dawn.
You should go stand in the middle of it and just hang out, and maybe it'll go away.
He is going to he's going to fire at you, I think, with his bursting crossbow. That is the right thing to do here. Yep, that is exactly what he's going to do. He takes aim at you, Dawn, and fires. He does, I believe, remind me, synaptic static, he has to subtract. Ryan?
Static, it's D6 off of its attack rolls and ability checks.
That's what I thought. So I have rolled, and now I need to roll that D6. Well, so he aims carefully at you, and as he does, you can see that the bolt that he has in his crossbow begins to pulse with a fiery energy. It's reflected in his eyes, teeth gritted. You see him aim first at the accursed guard, and then at you, and then back at the accursed guard, and then looks over his shoulder at the spell behind him and fires. But as he does, he winces as the synaptic static crushes his brain just a little bit, and the bolt goes wide, hits one of the wagons behind you, and there is a small explosion of fire that was not your head. That is the Legionnaire that is down by you, Dawn. The Legionnaire that is next to Wynn is going to step forward. Wynn, he is wielding a large, wicked-looking blade that does slashing damage. Seems like a longsword, perhaps. As he leaps into the air to try to reach you on top of your mount. Its first attack is a 21.
Barely hits, but it hits.
All right, as it cuts through, you are amazed at its sharpness and the damage that it does. You take 25 points of slashing damage.
Oh my goodness.
Good God, he's just a stupid.
Lands, having scored a hit, and then spins up to attack the same way. However, your flying shield comes down and knocks this blow out of the way as he is rolled a 19 on his second attack.
I love that shield. I love that shield.
So that is the Legionnaire's turn done. Brings us a win.
Well, he's going to regret that. I'm going to take my my greatsword, Nixian greatsword, and hit him right back.
You are welcome to try.
I believe in you.
I have rolled a 22 to hit.
Well, that is a hit.
And he's going to take 14 damage, but I'm going to add a smite to that.
What level smite are you adding?
Just a 1. So 2d8, right?
As you connect with this individual, you feel the smite building and the radiant energy coming through you, and realize that it is pulsing, it is surging that in a way that it does whenever you fight undead or fiends. This creature is undead. So that's going to be 3d8.
Okay. Nice. Well, he's gonna hate that that's true about himself. So,
Why do I have to be undead?
24 damage. Would that hit?
Yes. Well, so what did you roll to hit?
22.
22.
That was this was still
Hits.
the first hit.
And the damage total was 24?
Yes.
Fantastic. Bright flash of light as your weapon finds... Oh, and actually, as this is a Nixian blade, you get to roll another d8 on top of that, because Nixian blades do extra damage to undead as well.
So 29 points of damage.
Well done.
Yep, being a paladin. And I'm assuming he is still standing.
He is. Looking...
Whoa for him. I'm just going to hit him again.
Go for it.
Smoosh him.
And this time is a 24 to hit.
That hits.
So 16, no smite this time, but Nixian blade, so 18 damage.
18 damage. Your three-headed Cerberal mount. Nah, your three-headed dog mount
Yes.
is drools and snaps and snarls in solidarity with you as you make these two massive hits. Anything else, Win?
Yes, Milady goes right after me, so can I just go
yes,
for a
indeed.
bite attack from her?
A bite attack from the lady.
Oh, she only got an 8, so I would assume that did not hit.
Ligier gets his armored gauntlet in the way of her snapping jaws and therefore takes no damage.
Milady has been very unhelpful in the Sunless Crossing because she has vertigo, because she has 3 heads, and she's not used to it.
Fair.
Poor puppy.
Fair. Jack. Now you're muted, sir.
I cast silence on myself. All right then. So no,
Why would you do
kidding.
such a thing?
Having said Yak, never. Anyway, he goes ahead and is going to flutter forward ever so slightly. So as he moves, kind of like does a little like
forward,
evasive float like a butterfly, fly like a butterfly. I am a pretty butterfly. And then he goes ahead and gets to about there, and then he's going to go ahead and cast Dissonant Whispers on the, I believe it's the guard that's just next to the hedge people.
The hedge
So
people,
this
yes.
one there,
They are all
Sean, just
cowering
slightly to the
back
north
from
of me.
this individual, but yes.
Yeah. But of course. So I cast Dissonant Whispers, so I will need a Wisdom save from this individual.
Very good. A 17 is on my wisdom save.
And I say the DC is 17, so that was what you needed, you bastard. All right, so but that means, let's see here, you take half as much damage, and however, it doesn't move away. Though I don't believe you are deafened, so let's go ahead and roll that damage die.
Alright.
Cast at second level. Oh, good. Comes up with a whopping 9 points of psychic damage. Boom. Eat that. So as Yak goes ahead and forms this magic, he's desperately trying to get through this creature's warding glyphs and whatnot. As he kind of hits, the whisper becomes slightly and slightly more and more muted, and all he kind of hears is this sort of half-breathed, a scene composed of corpses. But then the rest of the insult is sort of dissipated as it tries to worm its way in, so this little tendril of smoke just goes right next to the guard's head.
Very nice. I'm detecting a little bit of a delay with our setup here. Is anybody else observing that? I'm going to try and restart everything. So for a brief moment, everybody, you're in control. Enjoy. I'm going to reboot.
All the bad guys
I
died.
was going to say, we just won. Yes. When Sean comes back, all the people were saved. Anybody who had died accidentally, magically
We all
came
have really
back.
cool magic items. They had them in the
Yes.
cards and they gave them to us, so we all now have that.
We leveled.
Now,
Everybody
we are
leveled
yeah,
to
so no, we are
19.
level. Yes, we are level 19.
I am holding 15 swords.
15 swords.
We each received.
Cool.
We each received an epic boon, and then
Oh, yeah.
magically,
Yep.
and then
We
magically
got a deck
each
of many things with all the bad cards gone.
And
I hope-
shockingly,
Just
nobody
died.
started it.
Okay, I was like,
I hope you all had fun with that. So,
all right, good.
We were really well behaved. I'm
we-
lawful
Oh,
good,
yeah.
so
is this any better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems
I mean,
like it.
All right, good, fantastic.
Yeah.
It was quite noticeable for me. All right, Jack. Anything else on your turn?
No, that is going to be Yak's turn.
Very good. That's going to bring us to the
Pronounced Jack.
accursed guard.
It's pronounced Jake.
So,
It's pronounced Jacques.
Yeah,
the
I mean, it's
accursed
Yaku.
guard that is right in front of Dawn is going to attack her.
Nah.
Doesn't
Let's
wanna do
see
that.
here. He is wielding a blade that seems to be made of a core of a dark metal, but there is a eldritch green light that moves around it. Seems to have some sort of deep connection with it. He's going to attack you twice with it.
That's not nice.
Well, he's not a nice guy. A 17 to hit you.
That's my AC.
All right, so that's going to be 9 points of slashing and 19 points of force damage.
Ooh.
He has to make a dex
Lord.
save.
All right, dex save coming up. A 17 on my dex save.
Ugh.
That's a save, so he takes half damage. Because this is
From-
on my this is my infernal legacy. I'm going to just, as he hits me,
Nice.
as the blood kind of shoots out from me, it's just going to start coating him and just start catching on fire. And he will take that's 60, 20 halved, so 10 points of fire damage.
10 points of fire damage. Let's see here. So that was his first attack, Dawn. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw to see if you hold on to your giant nuclear bomb.
Dirty 20.
All right, that is a success. Second attack. Watcha! Will hit with a 22.
Nah.
It'll be 11 points of slashing and 20. Ooh, you were going to say
I
something
was,
there?
yes. I how is Dawn looking?
She's really pretty. No.
I don't know if Niall would agree with you, but that's fine.
It's subjective, but, you know.
She's reasonably that was the first hit she took.
All right,
was the
all
one
right.
she
You're
just
fine.
took.
Never mind. Niall will look in your direction and be like, no, she's fine.
Yeah, so 11 plus
21 points of force damage. Both of these blades. Again, the
That's fine.
blade itself is extremely sharp, but as it cuts through you, there's a expulsion of force energy that actually moves the flesh apart, making the wound even more grievous than it would normally be.
I saved
so-
on my con. I got an 18.
I just realized something, Don. He is under the effect of synaptic static as well.
Yes, he is.
So that will mean that first attack that I made against you did not succeed. So that would be 28 points of damage that you can give yourself back.
Oh, yes,
Fine
you're
again.
totally fine.
See, I told you you were
You'll
fine.
be fine.
Did the second one still hit?
The second one did still hit with a 26.
Oh, geez. Yeah, 26 will hit
Sorry,
me even.
22.
just walk it off.
I mean, if he rolls a 6 on the d6, it could still miss me.
He. Okay.
Because I would bring it down to 16.
A good call. Yes, indeed, it would.
Roll a d6. Roll a d. All right.
Oh.
But he
Was it
has
2?
thrown off the effects of synaptic static. I'm going to go ahead and retroactively roll for the other Legionnaire to see if he throws off the effects of synaptic static. Synaptic static.
Fuck.
He has rolled a 12. He has not, so he is still under the effects.
The lateral lift maintained.
So, the entire rest of the session is going to be like, no, it's not. That is Cursed Guard. The other Cursed Guard looks at you, Niall, and
come at me,
looks
bitch.
at the way the battle is going and brings his hand up, and as he brings it down, he actually holds his blade straight up in the air and brings his hand down, and as he does, he splits his hand between these two fingers and these two fingers right along the blade. As he does
Gross.
that, there is a large black line that appears directly between you and him, rising up in front of him, and then it splits. And stepping out of it, or slithering out of it, I should say, is a bizarre worm-like creature that coils back and forth upon itself. And the front of it, there are no eyes. There is not a mouth that you can see, but a writhing mass of tentacles on the front. As it appears in this space, the tentacles will whip back and forth, creating whip-like sounds, cracking the air in front of you, as he summons a particularly vile creature right in front of Jack and Niall.
Hate that for me.
Counterspell.
So, what level are you casting Counterspell? I do appreciate that you waited until
for the description.
got me through the description.
Oh, no, I'm gonna let him do the description. It's good for
It's a
him,
cool description.
Yeah, we would have missed out for not hearing it.
It was a great description. It's 5th
I
level
almost cast it
counterspell.
myself, and I don't even have it.
What level are you casting it?
5th level.
You're casting a 5th level Counterspell.
Jesus.
I am. This thing looks fucking hideous.
Well, there's nothing he can do about a 5th level Counterspell, as I don't think. Let me double check.
I love the idea that Jack saw this head peeking out, and you're just like, nope.
Nope. Yeah.
No, that is
Absolutely.
literally that is absolute canon. He sees it and goes, nope.
Jack is like, I'm going to close the door.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
How about no?
Nothing to be done about a 5th level Counterspell. You expend the
Burn the
spell
slot.
and you get the results. So as this thing is
gone.
about to come in, Niall's eyes widen, and you just sort of go coming around the corner. And then the line just closes, and I'm going to bring the token out on the board just
I
because.
just want to see it.
Oh, Sean, I'm so sorry.
No, you're not.
No, please don't be sorry.
Yeah, no.
Please don't be sorry.
It's like if a kraken met a sandworm.
Yeah, it's like a lamprey with
Yeah.
teeth that are like liquid.
I'm glad that you're impressed, but what it really is irrelevant. So goodbye. That is
like if-
both the
it's like
See
if
those
Groot-
nightmares.
It's like if Groot had a really bad addiction, just crippling. Right.
Okay. I am going to float on over to in front of Niall.
Don't forget your aura.
I can't move it, so okay. Thank you.
He's trying to make sure you're aura in. So
I'm all Orin, and I am going to, as
Did
my
someone
action,
say
unleash
Orin?
a blast of divine power in a 30-foot radius.
Okay.
From me, you see as if I was the drop and the world around me is liquid. The ripple effect from me almost seems to meld the world around it as it moves out away from me. And it is this sickly green color that you don't want it to touch you, but it does. And I am going to roll my divinity dice.
Okay.
And
Don't hurt the innocents now.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it's
Like,
going to be like, is this good or bad? Is this good or
I
bad?
was just gonna say, is this a good thing that is happening or a destructive
all those
thing that's
people
happening?
north.
both.
Turns on the party.
All right.
All right.
Dusk turns on the party.
I turn on the party. It's my party now, suckers.
It's the beginning of her villain origin story. Yeah.
For those of you watching,
That started
this is
a long time ago.
this ability that Dusk is using is from the Godless class, which is a new class that is in the Black Ballad. So, 30 feet, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So many clackies.
Yeah.
Right?
And
Love it.
And it seems like it's only going to hit us and the innocent. So I'm hoping for positive choices.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. Yeah.
Hold on, real quick. I
Do you
just
need
have
a
to make sure my
calculator?
math is correct.
Or a Jesse.
I
Just start listing
summon
numbers.
accountant. Yeah.
Hold on.
I'm an accountant.
So that is going to be 28 healing and damage.
So, who gets the healing and who gets the damage?
Let me make sure. Each friendly creature in the affected area regains a number of hit points equal to the amount rolled, and each enemy creature in the affected area takes damage equal to the amount rolled.
Well, I
Okay.
do not believe there are any enemies within 30 feet of you. I just checked with the map. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Well,
No, this guy is.
so why was my
Yeah.
circle not showing that? Was it because it was...
Yeah, the two accursed guards are in the circle for me.
Yeah. I think maybe it's because it's at an angle rather than, straight
Yeah.
left and right, up and down.
All right. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. Yep, you're right. Okay, yes, they both are. So how much damage was it?
At 28.
28 points of damage. And the Heelys, everybody gets that as well.
E.
So does it siphon the life out of these creatures and then give it to your friends? How does it work?
It all comes out from me. So
Okay.
I am my divinity, the power of the divinity within me is causing this.
It's actually the crystal that you have, the shard.
The divinity that I am, the spark of godhood that I am creating within me.
Very cool. All right. That is Dusk's action. Anything else, Dusk?
Can I do anything? I don't think I have anything fun bonus. No,
That was still pretty fun, though.
I'm done.
Brings us
Yeah,
to
it
Dawn.
is.
That was
Seems
pretty
pretty
kick-ass.
fun. All right, I'm gonna move to the west a little bit, just around this guy next to my spiritual weapon, because I know how to stay out of danger. And I'm going to first take my spiritual mace and swing at this accursed guard next to me.
Ready?
I rolled a natural one, so that does not hit.
Good, good.
And then I'm going to notice that people seem to be learning that they don't want to stand in the giant beam of dawn light that is coming down. So I'm just going to start pulling the magic in towards me, and it's going to start wrapping around me like threads until all of a sudden it just kind of infuses my whole body with a glow, and it's just going to glow out for me in a 15-foot radius, and I'm going to cast Spiritual Guardians. And instead of being the big drop there, I now have Spiritual Guardians surrounding me.
Very good. What do your spiritual guardians look like?
Now it just kind of looks that it's infused with the same dawn glow that was, because I pulled the magic from that. And then there's just little twinkling lights just floating through it. Like I'm actually protecting myself with the light of dawn, of a new day, of hope.
Very nice. So, the light that comes down, this golden light that would normally have come down when you cast this spell in the living world, here it's almost as if you've taken some of this maelstrom that is constantly roiling above the ashen fields, and it has come down and silently, again, making no sound, just moves down and creates this multicolored of power that comes down and annihilated those other creatures, and is now rolling around you as well. So that's gonna be bad for them. Anything else, Dawn?
No, that was my movement bonus and action. So
Alrighty, let us roll another D8 at the end of this. Is it D8? It's a D6, isn't it?
D8. No, it's a D8.
It was D8, yeah.
Well, thanks for reminding me. A 2. Who's got the 2?
I think that might be me.
It is indeed.
Yeah.
It is Nile. Nile, there's not that much fighting happening now as the group has been thinned in terms of the fighting between the Legionnaires and the Accursed Guards, but there's still one final blast of power that comes careening out of the sky, knocking over the 2 wagons that are right next to you. Is centered upon you. I need Dusk, Jack, and Nile all to make dexterity saving throws.
That's a 15.
15 does not succeed.
Ooh. I'll have to use evasion to have whatever I get.
Yes.
Oof.
All right, then this is a dex save, correct, DM?
It is indeed a dex save.
All right, I'm gonna roll.
17.
That is a 19 on my die with a +7 for a 26.
Oh yeah.
Very good.
Dexterously good, Madonna.
Let's see here. It is
1 point of damage.
Yeah,
it's more than 1 point.
And you can have that.
Perfect.
It was like 1 point halved, though, right?
Right.
Well, with all the
rounded down.
magic items that we got while you were gone.
Oh yeah.
we're all immune to whatever type of damage this is.
Yes.
I'm just now realizing that I was giving you the wrong saving throws, but since we've been doing it wrong, we'll continue to do it wrong, and it becomes right.
Hey.
The damage
Right.
was 7. It should have actually been strength saves, so 7 points of damage, a very small amount of damage, and I might say. Everybody who's succeeded, that's going to be 3, and Niall, since you have evasion, that will be 3 for you as well.
Perfect. Love.
What was? Did I get it or no?
You succeeded.
Oh, I succeeded. Okay.
Yes. So that explosion of lightning happens and is, I suppose, appropriately not as powerful as it has been because more of these creatures have died in the interim. And that will bring us back to the top of the order with Nile.
All right. I look at Jack and Dusk and I say, "You've got the creepy, weird worm guy, right? Good." And I'm going to run along the side of this wagon. And as I'm running towards Dawn, I'm going to use my stealth to hide along the side of the wagon. In my rush, that's a 23 for stealth. And then I'm going to leap up out of the side of the wagon, and I'm going to flank the Accursed Guard and come down upon him with my Nixian blade short sword.
Alrighty.
And that is a 29 to hit.
Is indeed. That will hit.
That will be, let's see.
36.
I love you. 36
We
points
have
of
an
damage.
actual superhero.
That's
36
magic
points of
to me.
damage. How do you slay this Accursed Guard, Niall? Go ahead and move your token if you please.
Thank you. Well, knowing that it is the hand apart splitty thing that that potentially summons another one of those worms, I basically bring my blade down on his extended hand and split it in between his middle and ring fingers, and the shards of bone that emerge from that embed into various parts of his body, and he goes down.
Well, indeed he does. And friends, now that there is only one accursed guard left, this battle ends as he flees. The Legionnaires break contact with whoever they happen to be fighting. The one that is next to you, Dawn, first takes a little damage from your spiritual guardians, but they have no interest in continuing to fight. You all, they are focused on the accursed guard that is fleeing, and you hear the sounds of battle continuing as they move away from this area and no longer endanger these people. So well done. A battle concluded, and the day saved.
May I do something while I still have my spark of godhood?
You may.
I am going to float towards where more of the people are in the center here.
Okay.
And I'm going to release one last blast of divine power to heal the people and also to heal Juju,
Very good.
which is what I'm calling Jake.
Juju?
Juju.
That's
Ooh,
like-
16.
It's pronounced
as-
goo goo.
Yeah.
I
There's
like it.
only one J. Like, there's like
18 points of healing and damage
All
to bugs.
It was spiders.
So, as the battle concludes, you see there are bodies everywhere, some of them missing limbs, some of them missing heads, but as within moments they begin to turn to ash, as do all dead things here in the Sunless Crossing. There is a little bit of crying and shouting and calling for people as those in the middle of this caravan here realize that some of their number have also been turned to ash. There is a loud voice that rings out and says, "Don't worry, don't worry. Everyone who dies in the Sunless Crossing will come right back. It'll just be a matter of time." And you see rising up from the crowd of refugees here a large half-ogre, sort of greenish tint to his skin, small eyes, pointy ears, but a wide open and happy expression, which is strange for most of the half-ogres you've seen. He's carrying a large staff and a homespun-like robe. Didn't participate in the fight at all, but is here now, clearly taking charge. And he turns to you all and puts his arms wide and says, "We are very, what's the word? Fortunate that you came by. My name is Uthar the Jovial is the word, and I'm very happy to meet you all."
We're happy we got here in time to help.
Could we have a word? And I gesture to a place where maybe other folks in his group couldn't hear us.
You could have any word you want. I like big words, but I don't always think of them with
I somehow doubt that.
alacrity.
So could you stand over here and talk to me?
Me?
Yes.
Okay.
Love him.
And he takes a couple steps over,
Let's bring him
plants
with us.
himself, and looks at you.
You are incorrect at the current time that dying will immediately bring you back. please do everything in your power to make sure that none of this group dies.
Oh. Well, yeah, that was my plan. The Nixian Guard and the Ashen Shepherds were very busy. And I thought, I bet there are a lot of souls out there that need guiding, strays. And so I assembled this cavalcade of strays. Came out here to collect them all, but it's dangerous. Hey, listen, I'm very grateful. I have something that I'd like to give to you all, if that's okay.
It better not be a hug.
Why not?
Ignore her.
We're not
Please.
huggers.
Some of us are
well,
huggers.
I have something else then that I'd like to give to you. I have this thing. It's magic and it's useful, but it makes me nauseated. So I don't want it.
And he rummages around in a pack and pulls out what at first looks like a cloak, but when he pulls that out and shakes it, it actually expands, and you see what appear to be desiccated and almost skeletal demon wings that have a little bit of a cloak look to them, but they are definitely wings. As he shows it to you all.
I don't like flying.
Oh.
So,
Ooh.
will you
Wings?
take them?
Yes, how very generous of you. Egregiously generous of you.
Oh, what?
I'll write it down for you. This is lovely. Thank you.
Very.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Egregious.
Stay safe out there.
You too. You stay safe. You are all. You looking for strays too?
We're working on something. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, enjoy those. And again, on behalf of everybody here, thank you. Those folks really hated each other.
Yeah. Steer clear of those groups. There's lots of other things happening out there, so be careful.
Yeah, it's a bad time. Have you noticed? It's,
Cataclysmic?
It's, oh, yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Egregiously cataclysmic.
There you are, my friend.
Anyway,
And he sort of lumbers back to the rest of the group that all come and begin to pepper him with questions. And he says,
it's gonna be all right. All right, don't worry about it. I've got you. Uldabar the Jovial is gonna see you right.
and that is... And so he walked out of your lives.
Well,
Wouldn't you
it's
know,
nice
I
to know
gave
that
him-
we still haven't killed positivity here in the Sunless Crossing.
Haven't I taught you that already, Jack?
Well, yeah, but, Dusk does a fine job of trying to counter you at every turn.
Fair. Should we go find Majin?
Yes, he was quite a lot of help.
I believe they're sitting over there. As we look over the
Yes,
field
indeed.
where Majin just sat down.
Majin is sitting down.
Yep.
They have just finished eating some of these sweets that Niall had made for them, and with a great deal of gusto as well.
Also,
Stand up and brush away some of the crumbs.
is it just me, or do these wings feel like a re-gift kind of thing? Just they're a bit.
I did use the word egregious intentionally to mean bad, looking at those things, and
But they
good on him. He turned around and used the word correctly.
Well, yeah, good on him.
What is this?
Does anybody want the
mean-
wings of the suborn?
New
They
thing.
fit my vibe, but I think maybe Win.
I think
I
maybe
actually
Niall.
have.
She has wings.
Yeah, I
Niall.
think Niall. I have boots of flying, so I can
Okay.
already fly.
They could help you get close to things a little faster.
What exactly
I
do
don't-
they do? They look
Oh, no.
awfully uncomfortable.
No,
Um,
let's please put the tattered dirty wings on the prissy dog. That would be fantastic.
How very dare you? But also not no.
We kept him mostly bathed.
Oh, no, yes, of course.
The itching was murder.
No, it's just that I think that these wings will really go with your holier than thou aspect. It'll be lovely.
Watch it. Where does it look like they clip in? So if I'm doing an investigation on them, does it look like they kind of hook into the back?
So it is actually a
Make
cloak.
make a investigation
Okay.
check.
All right. That is a 22.
The way the wings
Ooh, nice.
are connected, and the way they are sculpted on the top looks like it's almost like a mantle that they would hang on your shoulders with the various claw-like protrusions in strategic places to keep it on your clavicle and your shoulders. However, as you look at it carefully, you see that while most of the wings appear to be desiccated flesh, there is still a little juiciness right in the area where the wings would go into a body and connect to shoulder blades.
That's what I was afraid of. I've already got one magic item with its claws in my veins. Well, in
I
for
do
a bronze
think
piece
Dawn
and for a
or
gold.
Dusk.
Yes, yeah, I mean, Dusk, by all means, if you want it, they do fit your aesthetic a little bit more than mine.
And I would say, Dusk, it would be nice to keep you out of harm's way. Just a thought.
It would ease my mind if you were a little farther from getting hit by people.
Okay, I'll give it a shot.
Though I would have loved to
Somebody
have
help me put these on.
Of course.
I'll
Gladly.
help her put the cloak on.
So,
Right.
you want your wings to be
As-
like sit a little high, not too low. Make sure they're presentable. but
Okay.
not-
Okay.
As the wings
Yes, of
make
course.
contact with Dusk's back, you see little tendrils begin to extrude from the juicy parts of the wings and actually make contact with her flesh and begin to burrow themselves into her flesh as if the wings are actually grafting themselves onto her back.
Yes.
Looks like it's going
Completely
to be
unfazed.
It's going to be
Yeah,
a
I was
very
going to say,
long-
no problem.
long
for Dawn.
process,
Dusk.
at least an hour of attunement to have this thing complete. But once it is complete, indeed, you will have these wings.
Wonderful.
Gotta love it when things extrude.
Majin-
That's always.
Watches with their arms folded, looking at you all. It says, "Well, did you have fun? Did you do what you needed to do?"
Yes, thank you so much for your assistance.
I didn't help at all.
I'm aware.
He's very sarcastic.
He is.
A lot of the time.
It's
No,
probably
they
covering up for something.
What would you know about covering up for something, right?
I know everything about covering up for something. Everybody does it. To
I
a
know.
degree that you wouldn't believe.
I know.
Yeah, for the record, it's covering up for irritation.
It's not covering well, Niall.
Speaking of irritation, shall we get going?
Yeah, I guess.
I'm going to heal myself. Just a level 1 cure wounds.
You would
So-
have probably been in my last heal from my Spark of Divinity.
I wasn't. I was 35 feet away
She
from you.
was.
I checked. I was bad
Okay.
about
But
it.
you did it in your own free action after the combat had included,
did.
so you probably would have notified when to.
I would have yeah.
Sorry, then I
You
missed
think
that.
so?
It was
You
after
think
it was
so?
after the battle. Yeah, it was after the battle. And my intent was to use that final thing to heal.
That
why-
makes sense.
That's why got healed. It was 18.
All right.
Thank you. Then I will not cast that spell.
All right. Well, you climb aboard your bizarre velociraptors once again and begin to.
I still
make
have
your
my
way-
lady. Just so
I
everybody
was
knows.
gonna say, I believe they were called
Make your
the
way.
Horaptors, if you'd be so kind.
Right. Important distinction.
Yeah.
You got it.
As opposed to the Velorces.
The Velociraptors?
Well, that's just ridiculous. Come
All
on,
right.
DM.
Focus.
Get it together.
Oh, that's ridiculous. Oh, I beg your pardon.
I beg your finest pardon.
That you begin to make your way, continuing to go straight due west towards the wall of the Storm of Broken Worlds. As you get closer, the wind now begins to whip with ferocity. Still no sound, but all of the ash has been swept clean from the wheat and the grass that is here, as it all is bending away from where this maelstrom is happening. You see lightning is flashing almost constantly in and amongst the purple swirling wind and vortex. You could smell ash. You could smell ozone. Your eyes begin to burn and tear from the grit and debris that's being whipped around. Majin stares at this storm. Seems to be completely unaffected. Just taking in the chaos as the rest of you brace yourselves as best you can. He looks at the raptors and says, I don't think that these would be very useful beyond this point. Would you be so kind, Jack?
You are muted, my
Muted,
friend.
Jack. I cast speak upon you.
Wind is really loud. Sorry. So it is pronounced
It's not, actually.
Jack. And what would you prefer now, since you already turned my bone horses into Horaptors?
I think on foot is the best way to proceed.
On foot? How
You can
pedestrian.
fly if you want.
I mean, I'm
Or grab
going
onto
to,
wind.
obviously. So, and I'll wink the horses out of the way. Velocihorses?
All right.
Velocihorses. Anyway.
They give you a nod, and then they turn once again, and with a slight shrug, shadowy.
Should we hold hands to keep safe?
No, thank you.
Did you just ask to hold hands? That's progress. Niall, did you make note of that? That's progress.
As we proceed, has anybody given any thought to what it is we're going to say to death?
It'll all depend on what this is going to be like. Is it going to be a person? Is it going to be just an empty void? I mean, I can't imagine how we could plan to speak to death.
That's a good question as well. Majin, any insight?
It will be unlike anything you've ever encountered. That is about all I can say. You've been chosen for this particular task. I'm curious myself what it is that you're going to appeal to as far as this entity is concerned. Because appeal you must.
Seems like all we could possibly say is the truth. That there's an imbalance, and we are trying to balance it.
I couldn't agree more, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or
Which
surprise.
of you do you think will speak?
Niall.
Niall.
You want the asshole to be the person to try to convince an entity of death to do something.
Yeah,
What
I'm
are you
sorry.
going to have Jack do it?
Thank you.
Actually-
I believe we all know who is the charm type here. But no, if you want to go with, the Prince of Petty.
I don't think charm, like trying to get us free rooms at an inn. Jack, you're our guy, but but I don't know that charm. I don't know that you can charm death. I think
No, but we are trying to
like it's
persuade
It's-
death, correct?
Yes, but I think as a
But
fey
persuade-
creature, Jack, I think it might be better to have somebody who doesn't speak in riddles and doesn't obfuscate the truth to present our case.
How very dare you? Every word that comes out of my mouth is but solid steel that you could hone your tongue upon, and an airy word could slice through the lies and deceit.
this is what he
of our-
means, Jack.
Oh,
You
come
talk
on!
in circles.
If I'm being honest, I think the person who does speak to death should be the person who actually believes in this course of action the most. And if I'm being honest, I don't think I'm that person.
Oh.
Win. I think it should be you.
Okay.
Oh, that was easy.
Well, no,
Somehow
hang on.
I'm
Let us-
comforted.
Let us convince you, Win. Just a moment. But
I think he's right.
no, as much
What's
as
more
I,
there to talk
as much as
about?
I hate to admit it, Niall is correct. You are perhaps the best one to have a frank conversation.
And you're also the person who's dealt with the loss of death more than any of us.
Obviously, Niall, but thanks for bringing that up.
You're welcome.
Well, now. I
But
think-
first, the
you
storm
were
and
saying.
a bunch of other things.
Well, yeah, but
you've
first,
got a while, I'm
But
assuming.
first, the storm, the portal, figuring out just what this aspect of death is, how we actually can talk to it, and then convincing it.
Are you getting us all the way to this entity, or are you just abandoning us at the portal?
I'm coming along.
Okay.
They just won't be helping.
Yeah.
As was made abundantly clear.
Well, now, in their defense, they did say, "Don't pick this fight. It's not a good use of our time." So,
Yeah.
Indeed, and I cannot help but notice that you have depleted quite a bit of your power. Very brave and perhaps somewhat risky before braving the storm of broken worlds, but we've delayed long enough. After you.
Anybody who still has their temporary hit points from aid, those last for 8 hours. So you
Oh.
guys keep them for a while.
oh, hang on, let me go ahead and check on my. Oh, wait, that's right.
I'm doing fine.
So,
I'm still pretty.
who steps in?
What was that, DM? I'm sorry.
You guys are never gonna get over the fact that I made you all undead. Or at least Dawn isn't.
No, we're fighting.
We were beautiful once.
Who will go? We were beautiful once. Who will step in first?
I'll go first.
All right.
Right
Followed
behind him.
by. All right.
And
Well,
I'll
and
go
then
next.
Yak will actually be like trying to stay right on Wind's tail as best he can.
I'll go after.
I'll bravely go
Wonderful.
last.
I'm actually holding Desk's hand. When she said it, Dawn took advantage of that immediately and was like, holding hands! And she's pulling her sister through behind her.
Alrighty. So, the soundlessness of the Storm of Broken World is broken as the howl of the gale begins to rip at your eardrums incessantly. It is buffeting you, trying to push you down into the ground. It's not quite as strong as the twisters that you had to deal with when you first arrived, but it's close. Jack, if you don't maintain contact with somebody who is on the ground, you run a very real risk of being blown away.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. No, it is my plan to, if Wynn, do you still have? You don't have Milady with you still, do you?
I would have dismissed her when they suggested that the raptors were a bad idea.
All right, and then
So
Yak will perch up on Wynn's shoulder, and then try to do that little kid at the theme park thing where he's just kind of sitting on her shoulders and holding onto her and being like, "You got this."
as you make your way through the Storm of Broken Worlds, all movement is considered difficult terrain. And because of the ash and stone grit that is being whipped around, visibility is lightly obscured at all times. So as you peer into this gale, you see features similar to the ashen fields, but everything is somewhat in flux. Every now and then you see huge sections of ground that are detached from what you are currently walking on. Some that are floating above you slowly and stately, some that go whizzing by at an incredible speed. Majin, through all of this, seems completely unaffected. They walk with grace and purpose, as if they're taking a stroll through a pleasant garden. As you move through this area, you see strange, fantastical, and sometimes terrifying images off in the distance. As you are moving through this gale, there is suddenly the sound of loud ripping that reminds you of the Void Ravagers, the creatures that literally were eating reality itself at Junction. And indeed, you see some of these creatures that their entire torso, all the way up to their heads, is one giant mouth with a tongue that lolls out and moves around on the ground. They appear to be literally eating out of existence a temple, or a once grand temple, but is now very little of it remains, as these creatures, ignoring you completely, concentrate on annihilating whatever this thing was. They are ripping it and rending this stone with their long claws as if it is a giant beast being cut up. You move a little bit further and you see another temple or a monument or some sort of towering structure. As you look at it, the door of it opens and there is a sound of orchestral music that blasts out louder than the gale around you, as a door opens wide, revealing a golden light spilling from this incredible tower, this edifice. And as you watch, a giant spectral hand moves out of this open door and makes a beckoning gesture. And you can see a small, diminutive form, perhaps a humanoid, but dwarfed by this incredible structure, and this hand that comes out and envelops it, moves completely around it, obscuring it from view, and then pulls it inside. And the door of this structure closes, the light extinguishes, and the music ends, and all it is now is a memory as you watch this temple, this tower, this structure sink down into the ground as if it is a ship slipping beneath the waves.
The fuck?
What was that? I'm saying that to Majin.
The disturbing it is that Dusk
Majin
said that. Just saying.
Majin shrugs his shoulders and says, "The storm of broken worlds," and as they speak, you are able to hear them quite well despite the gale. The storm of broken worlds contains many things that are dead, are dying, are left over, remnants of the past. Some benevolent, some malevolent, some benign, and some cancerous.
That was helpful. Thank you.
I am nothing if not present.
True
And
words have never
what a
been spoken.
gift you are. Well
They've-
done.
They've never said they were anything else.
No, they did not.
As you move through this area, you begin to realize that this environment is actually wearing you down. You are souls that perhaps affords you some small defense against this environment, but you are not meant to be here. You feel it deep within you. And I need everybody to make a... Let's see here. I need each of you to roll a d20.
Okay.
Well, I hate that. Okay.
Yep.
It reminds me of Avernus levels of exhaustion.
God.
again.
Don't
Indeed.
even invoke it. All right.
15 on the die.
All right.
Very good, thank you.
I got a 9 on the die.
Me too.
I got to be
Does
12.
Wayne's aura do anything?
Oh.
Yeah, I do have my aura.
This is not a saving throw. This is just a d20 roll.
I rolled a 3.
All right. So
3.
I rolled a 12.
All right.
Ooh, poofy tail. It's the maelstrom. Oh.
It's the Meowstrom.
Oh, Lord. I knew it was
It's
coming.
contagious.
I knew it was coming.
It's a
happens if you
catastrophe.
Roll a 3, you get trapped in a cat butthole.
Yep.
Oh no.
Oh God!
Oh, that's so much better than what I have.
The riddle of the sphinxter. Yeah, I love it.
So, as you are moving along this area, I am afraid it's my favorite one you've ever done.
That one? Wait, that one?
I'm sorry. I know you're trying to be so serious right now, Sean, but Sphinxter? Oh my heart.
Sphinxter.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Hey, as long as everybody's having fun.
I mean,
We're gonna die soon.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We'll see who's laughing next. Later.
that's fine. That was when I died for the 5th
So,
time.
as you make your way across this terrain and through this storm, there is a sudden blast of lightning that shoots out of the sky. It crackles across your field of vision and seems to spin around as if being drawn to you, moves to the sky closer and closer, coiling towards you. You all dive to the side, but it goes straight for Dawn. Dawn, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Now, is she in my aura?
Yes,
So I get to add
you do.
Lots of things.
what number? I can't
Isn't
remember.
it 4?
4. Okay. So that's
That's what I thought. But
25. I rolled an 18 on the die.
25. Very nice. So you take half of 14 points of lightning damage as the lightning bolt strikes. You are able to sort of channel it from the air down into the ground. And as it passes through what would be your heart if you were alive, you shudder a bit, take a moment, and realize could have been worse.
so, avoid the lightning.
Should be just a general rule of thumb, I think.
As you continue to move through this area, the hours pass, and again, you feel yourself. It's almost as if your skin or your substance is slowly being ripped away, one little granule at a time, as you're essentially moving through a giant sandblaster is what it feels like.
What is like, what vibe? I just want to get what vibe am I getting from Majin on how they're handling this whole area and like what they're like thinking, kind of thing.
Yeah.
We'll make an insight check.
Also, remember the last time that you did this, you passed the fuck out.
I'm doing a normal
Yeah.
insight check.
Okay,
I'm just
okay.
vibe checking.
Okay.
I'm not
Good.
24.
I would like to roll
24.
vibe check.
Yes.
Yeah,
Right.
vibe check. 24.
He is, they are, excuse me, they are focused, moving in a straight line.
Okay.
The crazy and bizarre things that you see do not seem to take their attention at all. They seemed somewhat concerned every now and then, looking back to make sure that the group is staying together. If you had to guess, you would say they want to get where they are going, but they don't seem to be... They're certainly not being affected by the wind or the grit or anything like that. The lightning conveniently seemed to not even get close to hitting them.
Okay. And they seem to know where, like, they're walking with purpose, getting the feeling they actually know where they're going.
Yeah.
Okay.
You do get that impression. As you are looking at Majin, though, your eyes dart down to the side. You suddenly see a small, dark figure about the size of a halfling that has somehow crept up on the group without you realizing it. About 2.5 feet tall. As you look at them, they pull out a lantern from behind their cloak. All you see is a long, gangly gray hand and a hood over the head. You see no discernible eyes or nose, just all shadowed, except you do see a very bright smile of perfect teeth floating in this pitch black void.
Nope.
Cheshire halfling.
We have a company, guys. We have company. Who are you?
I am Jasper. Who are you?
Don't answer him.
Traveler. Majin, do you know who this is? Or what this is?
Yes and yes. We should keep going.
Okay. Bye. Stop following us.
No. Jasper will help. Jasper has a shortcut for wherever you're going.
Hard pass.
No, we're good. Bye. Stop following us.
Jasper continues to trot after you with their little lantern.
Please. Jasper wants to play a game.
Oh, no.
Oh, what's the game?
No.
No.
A very fun game. It's a game of teeth.
What is it? It's a game.
I have enough, thank you.
And as Jasper says this, they hold out a little bowl and shake it. And Jack, you look down and see that inside this bowl there appear to be a collection of loose teeth just rolling around in his bowl.
I've never been less tempted to go for the string of whatever the DM is putting in front of us.
I am curious, though.
Can I? How many teeth does Hugo have?
Wait, come on. Wait.
Not many.
Do you want it to go from like... You don't want that. You don't want that.
They said to keep moving. Go. We don't want to play a game.
Look, clearly this
Find somebody
guy
else.
is only interested in the tooth
And nothing
and the
but
whole
the
tooth.
And nothing but the tooth.
I continue walking. I keep following Majin.
Agreed. 100%.
Look, he seems very enamored with us, but we'll just keep walking. It's
Sorry
good.
you
It's fine.
didn't play with Jasper.
And Jasper turns away, and you watch the light that they're carrying fade away into this storm.
I just want all of you to know that could have been the way we get to level 19. I'm just saying. Just putting it out there.
We already are. Well, while Sean was
Yeah,
gone.
we were level 20 while he was gone, remember?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I asked Majin... Go ahead. No, you go.
Majin, do you happen to know what this game of teeth is?
I believe it is a game that involves chance, and whoever wins gets to keep the other person's teeth.
Who
how
would
do you know
want
him?
that? Who? Like,
I know so much. Really, you can't begin to fathom the things that I know and the things I've forgotten. And the things that I look forward to learning again.
but Majin, help me out here. Who walks into a game of chance going, man, hope I get me a good set of incisors. Like, how is that?
Jasper.
Fair.
Jasper does that.
Fair.
I think he's talking about beyond our toothy
Yes,
acquaintance.
but like,
Come now, Jack. Surely your mind can conjure a wide variety of strange and exotic things that mortals desire.
okay, now that you mention it, yeah, there is a whole branch of the Fae who deal almost specifically in teeth, but they're like a weird third cousin. We don't talk about it.
Was that one of their cousins?
We don't talk about it.
We gotta try to not be like. In any case, no distractions.
Yeah.
Because I don't
Speaking of
like this
which,
place. I got hit by
as you're-
lightning.
As you're walking, I need everybody to roll another d20.
Son of a bitch. Yeah.
All right,
Oh,
here
man.
we go. Well, I got the 3 this time.
I rolled a 10.
18.
Well,
11.
I rolled a nat 1.
All right, no.
Oh,
A
that was for the
ball of
sphinxter.
lightning comes shooting down out of the sky, and at the last minute, it splits in two. Each blast going towards Nile and Jack. I need both of you to roll Constitution saving throws
Okay.
as you try to
Consti-
withstand
+4.
the power.
I got a 13 plus wins. Aura is a 17.
I have
17.
a 9 plus my 2 is 11 plus wins is
15.
15. 15, friends.
Both of you have failed.
Okay.
Huzzah! Wait.
Congratulations. So you each take 15 points of lightning damage.
And this isn't something, because it's not a dexterity saving throw, I can't use evasion on this.
Yes, dexterity, you would think dexterity would be something you could jump out of the way. However, this lightning seems to be drawn to you. So as you jump and try to dodge it, it simply moves and follows you.
Understood.
So this is simply withstanding the power. As you continue walking, when you move past, look down and see a corpse or a skeleton, really. It is been stripped by the wind. All that remains is the skeleton is polished by the wind and the grit. A little bit of tattered raiments of some sort of robe, and still clasped in its hands is a perfect circle of blue metal that is holding like a religious artifact of some or a holy symbol, but you've never seen whatever god this corpse was worshiping.
Majin, do you recognize the symbol?
Maybe. You will see and hear and encounter many things here in the Storm of Broken Worlds. That appears to be a relic of a god that died centuries, if not eons ago.
Can I roll a perception check to get like any vibes of whether or not it would be a terrible idea to take it?
That's
Like
not a
if I-
perception check.
Or like just like looking at it, investigating, maybe just trying to figure out like
A
is it
gut
okay
check?
to- yeah,
A vibe check.
Yeah.
I don't think this is something that we need to put behind a die roll. Wynn's experience and what all Wynn has encountered. What would she think of seeing a corpse holding a holy symbol that does not correspond to any god that she's ever seen in this place? Would Wynn pick it up?
she wouldn't be concerned to pick it up, so yes, I will.
You will, all right. You pick it up. The skeletal hands come free, and the pieces of bone clatter down into the rest of the skeleton, and you have this loop, a perfect circle of a bluish steel-like metal. It's about 6 inches in diameter.
Might be something Colquhoun might be interested in.
I also
True.
happened to meet a dragon dude who collected symbols of dead gods. You might know something.
Ah, well, something to do for when we don't die.
Yes.
Again.
I mean,
Because we'll be fine.
Speaking of which,
I mean-
I believe we have arrived.
Oh,
oh,
You somehow hear his voice easily through the cut of the howling wind, and in front of you, seemingly having just appeared out of nowhere after several more hours of travel through this space, you see a large, rocky opening, like a crevice. However, the interior of it is pitch black, and it is ringed with etched runes. And once it moves away from the sides of the surface you're standing on, it is sheer and cut perfectly straight going down. And the darkness that is in it seems to somewhat be radiating up, almost as if it is trying to escape.
Can we read the runes?
They are not a language that you speak. But
Agent?
if you have a means of reading them. Does anybody have comprehend languages or eyes of the rune keeper or anything like that? I don't think so.
No.
No.
oh,
This is the entrance to the domain of death.
So just walk
This
into
will
the
not
abyss.
be an easy. This will not be an easy task.
well,
This is not the best place to rest. However, I recommend doing it prior, as opposed to within, if a
Can
rest
you-
is needed.
You read it.
Read the runes?
Yes.
I can.
Can you share what it says?
I think it best I don't.
Wonderful.
I could create a place for us to rest for about an hour.
Oh.
The downside is it will weaken me for whatever it is we encounter in there. It'll be my
Oh,
last
that-
chance to do this before I sleep.
well, that seems silly. If we're trying to get a rest, I can conjure up a little hut for us, and we'll just give ourselves a solid 8. How's that sound, friends?
8 would be too much, I think, given the dire need for speed. 1.
Johnny can't
Will
read
be
runes
sufficient.
over here, but apparently he knows the time clock pretty well, so that's fine. That's fine. All right.
I mean,
If we do a short rest, I get my action surge back, but that's the only thing that would really help me.
and I get my channel divinity.
And
Let's do it.
Jock would
I
get
believe I
their
get my bardics. So
Bardics.
Let's take an hour, eat a snack, go through the
Yes,
door
is
with the
there
runes that
any more
Majin
to eat?
refuses to tell us what they say.
yeah, it's fine. Nothing wrong about it.
I would tell you, but I'm afraid it would just frighten you. So I will not.
You've probably never met anybody with anxiety before.
Sometimes not knowing is worse than the knowing.
Yeah.
Not this time, though.
Yeah, no, rest assured. Knowing's going to be a lot worse.
Good.
Yeah.
Feel real confident about this going in.
Oh, good.
Tell us later once we're out of here.
Yeah, no, we were going to go to the
Maybe.
plane of anxiety, but then we really didn't want to. So
All right, then. I'll do it. And I'll bring forth my whip, and I will crack my whip into the sky, and the 4 points at the tail end of my whip rip into the fabric of reality and spread it apart, opening a portal into a very plain but comfortable looking space that has some cushions on it, a couple books, and I gesture to the opening and I say, "Climb in."
a plane.
Are you,
Thanks,
I'll
Al.
wait out here, I think.
As you wish.
Sounds good.
What?
So, you all move into the little extra-dimensional chamber that Niall has created. Even here, in this protected space, somehow you could still hear and almost feel the sound of the storm of broken worlds on the outside. It very much feels like being inside a tent in the midst of a hurricane. Dusk, you can attune to your wings. As you do, they fully embed themselves into your back and essentially look like demonic or draconic undead wings that droop down. You can bring them in and they will clasp in front of you, and the entire magic item looks like a cloak. However, when it is time to use them as wings, they open up wide and allow you to fly. Everybody go ahead and make your short rests. I think we will also take a break here, and in 5 minutes we will return and the group will venture into the domain of death to see what awaits them.
Guys, I can fly.
See you in 5. And welcome back. The adventurers stand ready at the precipice of the domain of death, and we welcome you all back to witness their incredible success or heartbreaking failure. One of the two is definitely going to happen. Really happy to have you all here. If you're just joining us for the first time, welcome. This is Severed Threads Notes from the Black Ballad, a fantastic module by STForge, who are also the producers, sponsors, I should say, of this broadcast. If you like the music that you're listening to, that is by Dia Morte, an amazing band led by Drake, who has written music for this module. If you like our art, our character art, then you have Kai to thank for that. We will speak more about other things potentially on the horizon for, not potentially, definitely on the horizon for Storytellers Forge later on. But for now, let us get back into our game as the rope trick spell ends. Everybody makes their way back out of this little refuge into the storm of broken worlds once again, standing at the precipice of the literal domain of death. This crevice here right at your feet that exudes this deep and utter darkness. What do you do?
So just walk through. Is that the idea?
I don't know that there's any trick to it other than that.
I'm assuming that if there was some sort of instructions beside that, at the very least, Majin, you would tell us that.
Right?
Probably.
Can you tell us if you're not?
Oh, fuck it. And I just walk into the portal.
All right.
Right
So
on
you
the Nile.
step forward. You all watch Nile floats on the darkness for a moment and then slowly sinks down. Nile, you've never felt such cold as it moves through your body, comes up over your neck. Despite yourself, you try to strain to get your chin up just so you can not be in this darkness for a few more seconds, and then down you go.
I'll follow Niall.
Thanks, I hate it.
Yeah. No.
Yep, right on their heels.
Yeah.
Right on
Immediately.
their heels.
Something wrong with you if you didn't hate it. As each of you step into this darkness and begin to fall, you are reminded of the darkness that you have seen on each of your journeys to and fro the world of the living and the world of the dead. This utter, inscrutable, and impossibly permanent seeming darkness. As
At least
go ahead.
it's not goo.
As the darkness moves over your head, you see absolutely no sign of the entrance. Any light that was in the Storm of Broken Worlds is utterly extinguished. And the worst thing about this darkness is not the fact that you are unable to see, it's the silence. You've never encountered this lack of sound so complete before. It envelops you like a heavy blanket, like a thick miasma of vapor that slowly envelops you like a caress, but then begins to squeeze tighter and tighter. The smallest breath you make echoes in your ears. Every move you make, every creak of bone, every stretch of sinew seems to ring in this space with disturbing volume. Even your own heartbeat, or the rush of blood, or even the thoughts coursing between the various synapses in your mind, they all bring with them a noise that seems incredibly loud in comparison to this silence. But it passes. rather than it being a plummet onto the ashen fields or suddenly arriving in the long dead body of a corpse, you simply pass through this darkness and move into the domain of death. The ground that you stand on is gray and corpse-like, perfectly flat, has a little give to it, really as if you are standing on some massive corpse, but it is utterly flat, just a featureless plain that stretches out as far as the eye can see. The darkness is around you. It completely negates all of your dark vision, but the light that is constantly with dawn is illuminating slightly the area, just a little nimbus of glow around you, protecting you from the darkness around. What do you do, my friends?
That's a very good question.
I hate it here.
Well, hopefully we won't be
Stay
here
close.
for very long. Yes, please do stick together.
Do we know which direction we're heading? Legion?
Oh, I don't think they came with us, did they?
Well, Majin
Oh.
did.
They told us they were going to come with us.
They are standing utterly still, sort of looking out into the grayness.
Well,
Legion?
I am here to guide. I'm here to observe. But anything overt I may do could be considered a grave insult. This is the domain of death. I have no power here that I can wield. As he says this, you begin to feel the pull of death upon your souls. This place doesn't just represent death, it is death, and I need everyone to make a Constitution saving throw. You, of course, may add Wynn's aura.
Okay.
Oh.
great.
So we'll go down the line here. Dawn, what did you roll?
26.
The 26. Niall?
21 with the aura.
All right. Wynn?
27.
27. Jack?
Who the is Ryan? Yeah. I went ahead and I'm burning a luck because I originally rolled a 10. So I rolled again and did a 17 with a plus my 19. So that's a 23 total.
Very nice. And let's see. Soku?
18.
Dusk, I should say. 18. Dusk at 18 is a failure. As
Whoa.
you stand here, you feel death literally pulling your soul, and you feel your will to exist beginning to fade. I need you, you suffer a point of exhaustion.
Ooh.
In addition to the pool of death, the silence here is maddening. I need each of you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Guys, we made bad choices.
Ah.
Wait, we need to,
Oh, fuck, fuck.
we're rolling a wisdom save. Okay.
Yes. So let's see here. Let's start with Dawn.
It's bad. It's 17.
17 is a failure. Jack.
13 plus 2 is 15 plus the 4 is a 19.
A 19 is a failure. Win.
I also got 19.
Failure. Niall.
8.
And Soku,
27.
27 is a success. Everyone except for Soku, the silence is like a creature burrowing into your mind, dulling your senses. You lose 3 points of wisdom.
Oh,
What?
oh,
Excuse you very much.
3 points of wisdom.
okay.
I don't even know how to change that on my character sheet.
No. I immediately smash my crystal of greater restoration
All right.
to negate that.
It doesn't. Well, no, it would. Yes, indeed. The crystal breaks as you consume this magic suffusion that was given to you by the godless monarchy, and the greater restoration does bring your wisdom back.
Seeing that
Yeah.
that worked.
So, and then,
Oh, sorry. Please.
yeah, and so
finish.
Yak immediately was like, yeah, so Yak, and he's like, oh, fuck this, and shatters the crystal on his bandolier, and it's just like, everybody remember these. And then suddenly he, like, you see the
What?
blue start to enwrap him and
What?
fight off this silence.
We don't know how long we're going to be here.
Yeah.
So, Jack, you are prevented from. You do not feel the wisdom. You feel it beginning to go, and then you immediately end it with your greater restoration. But the rest of you, it feels bizarre to. It's interesting. One wonders how Jack would know that he lost 3 points of wisdom. The rest of you feel memories have become faded a bit. Some things, some experiences that you've had, some life lessons, and the things that you have experienced that have defined who you are and have told you what is right and what is wrong and what is safe and what is not. They begin to diffuse. So that is, you're aware that something has been lost, except for Jack.
I'll say, having
one second,
had
Jack,
his
before
memories.
before I let you continue, one other thing, Jack. When you do this spell and when you shout what you have shouted out into this silence, it is offensively loud.
Oh, you really used the diaphragm there.
Sorry, Legion, you said you're here as a guide. Do you know which direction we need to go?
The entity that governs this realm is everywhere. They are this space. We are within them. They will become aware of us soon enough. By all means, continue to broadcast your presence. That should get their attention quickly.
Don't mind if I do. Pull out
Major
my
raises an
Mandalore.
eyebrow.
And I put my hand on your instrument immediately.
Nope. Got it. Nope. Pick up the room. 5 check. 5 check. Got it. All right.
Maybe stop talking now, as if you were addressing it already.
All right. I know you're here. May we converse?
Is all that you hear.
Was that a yes?
Again, there's something abrasive in your tone, Win. Is it intentional?
She doesn't mean it in. She's just very blunt, and so she's just going at
She's
it.
got a resting bitch
straightforward.
tone. It's just
I'm going
Yes,
to put a hand on your shoulder very gently and say, we understand we are intruders in your space and we recognize we don't belong here. We apologize for the intrusion, but we have something of urgent matter to discuss with you. Something that affects who you are and what you do, even with our own limited knowledge of your essence as death. It must be brought to your attention. Please, hear us.
There is another inhalation. Louder and closer.
Is there anything that's like changing in the scenery around us? Am I noticing anything moving or anything?
Make
like
a perception check.
18.
18. The light you have is very, very weak, and it does not illuminate much of your space. So beyond this light, you really can't see much.
We have come to humbly request balance. There has been a terrible imbalance put on the forces of life and therefore death, therefore you, through a malady called the Red Malice. And the only way...
Scarlet Malice?
What?
Scarlet Malice.
It's a Scarlet Malice. It's a small thing, but
I'm so sorry.
names are important.
Majin is just telling you it's the Scarlet
Malice.
Scarlet Malice. Got it. I stand corrected. It is a Scarlet Malice. And the only way we can restore what has been broken is to temporarily, at least, stop resurrection magic.
The deafening silence is broken by a very loud and raspy inhalation, as you have heard, as if 100 set of lungs have decided all at once to take a long, much-needed breath. The exhalation that follows erupts like a screaming, like a hiss, just as you feel the air move around you for the first time since you've entered this realm, swirling around you rapidly as something or some things circling in the darkness come to take vengeance for your disturbing their eternal slumber. And we will move to the battle map.
Good talk.
I'm
thinking Niall could have talked.
I'm thinking, but what if this is?
Oh, no.
What if this is just things that live in this area, not the thing that we're trying to contact?
Well, take a look at it and you tell us if you think that's living in this area.
Well,
indeed. So let's roll initiative, my friends.
Oh, that is horrible. Okay. I'll ain't it.
Mine isn't populating, but I got a 17.
A 17 for win.
11 for Nile.
Very good, very good.
I hate it when I'm at the top.
That is so the opposite of how I feel.
All right, so I see Dusk, I see Nile, I see Dawn, I see Win, I see Jack. I see Nile twice.
Yeah, I don't know why.
We'll remove one of those.
Do I get 2 attacks?
just
Don't
so
get to
eager.
go twice.
I'll take 2 attacks.
Very well. At the top of the order, we have Win with a 17. This appears to be a massive swarm of skeletal wraiths that are making their way towards the group with a swirling, swarming speed.
Right. true to Win, she's gonna bust out that greatsword and approach. DM, approach this swarm of souls. I'm assuming that.
Can I get you to pause 1 second, please, Win? I just realized that nobody rolled above a 20, which means the first thing that actually happens in this encounter is the lair action. Let's see here.
Oh,
That's okay.
As this swarm comes towards you, I need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw, keeping in mind that some of you are at -3 wisdom.
unfreaking real. Oh, do I want to hit that thing?
I'm gonna die.
Okay.
It's not like I'm a cleric who relies on wisdom or anything.
You're right. So, let's hear what everybody rolled.
Do we still get Win's
Dawn.
thing?
Yes, I would say so. Dawn?
If I got Win's thing, I got 29.
29 is a success. Niall?
14.
Not a success. Dusk?
28. My sister beat me.
That's a success. Win?
19.
That is a success. And
Yes.
Jack?
You're muted.
You're muted.
You're muted, buddy.
You're muted, Jack. You look so proud about what you're about to say.
Oh, am I?
Not anymore.
No.
You would.
Not anymore.
What'd you get,
You're
buddy?
good.
How bizarre. I got 19 as well. I was so relieved when Winds went through. He's just like, oh, thank God.
I see.
Okay.
Got it. Well, then, excellent. Everyone succeeded. So as these...
No. I did not
Oh,
succeed.
except for Niall. Yes, sorry. There was one non-success, as I recall.
No, I don't play that way.
17 points of psychic damage as these souls now make their hiss rises in volume and goes from a sibilance to a white noise and then just a shriek that penetrates the silence like a knife cutting into a heart or a brain in this case. Niall, you take 17 points of psychic damage as these creatures scream their displeasure at the fact that you are here. The rest of you take no damage. Now, Win, as you were saying,
Now
And
you're
you
muted.
are
muted.
We're having
What is
microphone issues
happening?
today.
What is happening? Is mercury in the microwave or something? Okay, so she will charge in as she is wont to do, and whip out that great sword and swing away.
alrighty.
Roll a 29 to hit.
That hits.
Nice.
This swarm is considered an aberration, which means that you get to add the d8 from the Nixian blade.
Fantastic. I'm going to cast a level 2 smite. So that's going to be
That'd be
13
4d8.
damage plus 22. 13 plus 22.
Is 13 plus 22 is 35.
Yeah. 35
35
damage.
points of damage with your first blow cutting into the swarm. The swarm moves around your blade, but you catch some of them and you can tell that the blade is having an effect as the Nixian metal slices through the aberrations and disperses them.
I'm going to do the exact same thing again, and so as I slice through, I actually just continue my great sword in a helicopter move around my head and slice back through the same place that I just hit.
Very good. Roll
so
again.
that is a 29 to hit.
That hits.
Oh. All right, friends. So that's 15 damage. I'm gonna do a level 1 smite. Oh wait, I can't do that.
3d8. You
Can I
can't
do it?
that. Okay.
I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time you attack.
I get confused. So at
Whoa,
21,
nice smite.
15 plus
36 total.
21,
Wow.
36.
36. So what was the grand total of damage that Wynn just did, Jesse?
71.
71
Amazing.
points of damage.
And they're still
Win.
up and running.
They are still
So
up and
I'm
running.
going
In
to
fact,
action
as
surge.
Go ahead. As you cut through them, doing these two massive blows, it is hard to tell that you did any damage at all.
Dang. Okay, well then I take back that action surge.
You're not going
All
to
right,
action
friends.
surge?
Not if don't think I'm damaging them.
No, you definitely damage them. There's a lot.
There's many souls.
Okay. I see. All right, well then, yeah, sure. If it's working, I'm gonna keep doing it. So here comes the action surge swing as I just keep hauling away at him. That's a 21 to hit.
That hits.
That's 9 plus a level 1 smite again. So
Another 3d8.
Smites are insane
28.
right now.
Wow.
Yeah, I am like crushing the smite damage. So that's 28.
The Nixian blade is glowing with this power. You are definitely having an effect. However, each of these smites, although you feel the radiant energy flowing through your veins and coming out with this attack, it appears that this swarm is resistant to radiant energy.
Okay. Then one more time with a hit. 18 to hit.
18 hits.
Nice.
Excuse me. I stand corrected. 18 does not hit. My apologies.
Well then.
She did 99 points of damage on her turn.
Good Jorb.
Minus a bit because of the resistance to radiance, but yes, a tremendous turn for a win.
And then
Anything else?
No, thank you.
All right, brings us to Dawn.
I'm sorry, can I cut in I have a question for you, Sean.
Absolutely.
During our short rest, could I have taken advantage of using the Caretaker's Mantle, which allows me, during a short rest, to give each friendly creature within 30 feet of me a special d20 that they can use instead of a roll for attack roll, saving throw, or ability check?
Yes, I will allow that, of course. We
And it lasts for an hour.
Rushed through that short rest, but yes. So everybody has one of those?
Yes.
So how does that work
you get
exactly?
to use
Just-
it.
It's like a luck.
So
point?
it's a
basically, you just get advantage on
When
a
an
die.
affected creature makes an attack roll, saving throw, ability check, it can choose to roll the special d20 and pick its result.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. It's a luck point, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Dawn.
Okay. I am going to see Win all up in this thing's business, and I'm going to use a bonus action to conjure a shield surrounding her that looks like
Okay.
floating purple flower petals, just kind of circulating around her.
The flower petals have a decidedly withered look here in the domain of death. Is that Shield of Faith?
That's Shield of Faith. So you get to add
Alrighty.
2 to your AC win. And then I'm going to use my action to cast Toll the Dead on the Swarm of Souls. So it's a
All right.
wisdom save.
Indeed. Let's see here. I have rolled a 22 on my wisdom save.
Wow.
Then nothing happens to it.
Very good.
And
That's
that is my
Dawn's
turn.
Did you
Oh,
send out this energy? Doesn't appear to have an effect.
Go back up a
It's
little
almost
bit.
as if your spell is absorbed. The necrotic energy that you sent out is almost absorbed into this infinite space of death here. That's going to bring us to the swarm of souls that rushes forward, weaving in between each and all of you. As it does, it's going to come to here, moving through Wynn's space, going around her and coming to encompass Jack and Dusk. And yeah,
Hate that.
and then it begins to attack. Let's see here. First of all, ghostly and skeletal claws begin to rip at Jack and at Dusk. So we have a claw attack on Jack at 27. Will probably hit.
yeah, that'll hit.
A 20 on Jack.
Yeah, that'll hit.
A 15 on Jack.
No, that will not hit.
A natural 20 on Dusk.
Absolutely not. I am going to call into the swarm of souls and say, "Your bones are more brittle than you think," and try to distract them from their crit on her.
Right, with another attack. So making sure that you have the spell slots available for Silver Barbs?
Yes, I'm out of 2 second-level spell slots. I have, after this, 2 more first levels.
All right, so the reroll is not a crit, but it is still probably a hit with a 25.
Yeah.
And then the final claw attack on Dusk. A 13 will miss. So let me calculate damage here on Jack. I have a total of... Do you want the damage rolls separate or all together, Jack?
Oh, just hit me one time. Go ahead.
All right, so 15 points of piercing and 13 points of psychic damage from the first hit.
From the first hit?
So,
jeez.
So a total of 18 points of damage.
13 plus 15
is
is
28.
28.
28, excuse me, 28. The second hit is... didn't hit, did it? Oh, yes, it did. Will be 14 piercing and 9 psychic.
23.
And then the third attack missed. And then 2 attacks on Dusk. A 21 points of piercing and 11 psychic.
No.
32. The last one was 15.
That was only one hit on Dusk.
There was only
Only one.
hit, yeah. The other one missed. So that's total. And then one final attack as each of these claws just rip into Dusk and into Jack, cutting them to ribbons. There is a rush of spiritual or eldritch energy or just the will of death itself that bursts out of this swarm, rises up high above you, and then plummets down, crashing towards Dawn as they are going to simply buff it into you, literally not even attacking, just the weight of these souls and these creatures, these entities moving through you, just doing damage as they pass through your being. Let's see here. A 25 to hit you,
Yeah.
Dawn.
That'll hit.
You take 54 points of bludgeoning
Oh my
damage from
God.
that attack. That is the Swarm of Souls done. Brings us to Jack. By the way, Dawn, I do need you to roll that Constitution saving throw, please. For Shield of Faith.
Yeah.
I lose it. I rolled a 5.
Okay, yes, Shield of Faith
You
goes down.
counterspell a guy once per game. All right. So Yak is going to go ahead and use it. So Sean, what is the... I'm just going to use my disengage to get the hell out of the swarm.
Sure thing.
How sizable is, I guess, like, does it make a cube? Like if I move...
The swarm is roughly a sphere that is 20 feet in diameter.
Okay. So Yak is going to attempt to fly. Here, I'm gonna move myself. So let's see. Let's do 5. What are these? What are these squares, Sean? Are they 5 feet or 10?
5 feet. 5 feet.
5 feet. Lovely. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. All the way over to y'all. 30, because I think that still keeps me in range of my friends. Love
Took
it.
the disengage
awesome.
action, so there's
and
no
then I'm going to
attack
go ahead.
opportunity.
Yes, took the disengage action, and then I'm going to go ahead and smash my second ruby as a bonus action to use I believe it was a potion of superior healing, because sweet
Indeed.
Jesus,
Yep.
that was an owie. Yeah, so and that's
Alrighty.
that's going to be all my me's. So
So
yeah.
the superior potion is 8d4 plus 8.
Yes. for 29 healing.
Nice.
Very nice.
No bad.
Not bad at all. That's Jack's
Which
action,
back up to a
move,
place
and bonus
of-
action.
Yep. And that's all she wrote, friends. And oh my god!
Niall?
So I am terrified, but I withdraw the Nixian Blade short sword from my sheath, and I'm going to use the advantage that I get from Silvery Barbs for myself. And I'm going to, with my action, cast Booming Blade on this swarm of souls, and attack them as best I can.
Go for it.
So that is a crit.
Nice.
Oh.
Nice.
Nothing
Hell
like
yeah.
a rogue crit.
Okay, Jesse, do your
Oh,
math
goodness.
because that's a lot of numbers.
73.
I need another 2d8 because these creatures are an aberration, and the Nixian Blade gives you a d8.
Is that doubled with
extra
my crit?
damage.
Hell yeah!
That's why
It is,
2d8.
yeah.
That's why it's
2d8.
2d8.
Oh, it's 2D.
instead
Oh,
of
I
just
see.
one.
I see. So that's another 10.
83.
83 damage.
83 points of damage. Again,
Yeah.
a massive blow from Niall, inspired by Wynn's performance, apparently.
But with
These-
one hit.
This mass of this energy, this piece of the domain of death made conscious, it seems to just have a never-ending supply of hatred and anger, as despite these massive blows done to him, there's still quite a lot and still a tremendous threat.
Given that, I am going to not put myself in a cluster with my wonderful friends, and I'm going to use my bonus action to disengage, and I will move just ever so slightly away from it. I may still be in its threatened range, but I'm going to make it harder for it to attack multiple people at once.
Alrighty. Brings us to Dusk.
Do something badass, Dusk.
I would love to if I hadn't. I mean, I would have loved to use my spark of godhood if I I'm going.
Yeah.
Well said. Well said.
I am
Think of all
going.
those innocents you saved.
No.
I don't want to think of the people I saved.
Oh,
Really into
amazing.
brooding right now. So like,
What
I'm
a,
just really
what a dusk answer. I love it.
No.
What's it going to be, Dusk?
I am going to cast Aspect of Life first tier on
Okay.
Dawn and use 4 divinity dice to heal her. Let's see. 8. 5. 8, 16. 21.
Sweet. Thank you.
Wait, did I
You
do 3 or
days.
4?
You did 3 days.
3. Oh, I wanted to do 4. One more. 3. Okay. So then another 3 on that.
Okay.
And as a bonus action, I'll use my superior healing, which was. Could you please remind me? What the
It's 8d4 plus 8.
8d4 plus 8.
So you activate the crystal on the
Yes. I'm gonna-
bandolier.
Mhm.
Well, let me get my calculator out because 84. Okay, so 1. 3, 4.
This is why you need a giant sack of dice.
Yeah.
Oh,
Are you just doing 1, 2?
it's the D&D equivalent of having like the jar of change.
Yes, it is.
Sorry.
So go where all your dice.
this is the best part of the game.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
I'm
and one more.
insulted.
3. Okay, so that's 23. You said plus 8?
Yeah, so 31.
Yep.
Thank you. Okay, so
All
I
right.
heal myself for 31, and I attempt to move
All right.
Oh,
As you move, some of these souls lash out as you exit the threatened area. They are going to attack you with claws. However, that is a natural 1, which will miss.
haha.
Okay. And I will continue moving. 15, 20, 30.
Bye, guys.
Say bye.
So, as you move away, Dusk, keep in mind that it's very difficult for you to see. You could see a little nimbus of light around Dawn, but as for the rest of the group, you are not able to see them. You're too far away. And that goes for anybody else who, if you have dark vision, is not effective in this realm. The only thing that is effective is light itself, and that is extremely anemic.
So without Dawn's light, how far can we see?
You could see the swarm, and you can every now and then catch a glimpse of somebody in front of it, if there's somebody between you and the swarm. And you can see Dawn's light, but other than that, nothing.
So similar to like a pitch black, and like there's a campfire where you can see the blaze.
I like that image. Yes, absolutely. Win, as we get to your turn, you cannot help but notice that Majin is standing off to the side, looking at all this, seeming very concerned, and he catches your eye and he says, "Apologies, I am unable to raise a finger against another domain's inhabitants. My hands are tied by laws most displeasing." As this fight continues, actually at the beginning of this round, there is a lair action. As the lair action, let's see, which one will I do this time?
The one where nothing
glee in his
happens.
voice.
It's cool.
We get a gentle massage.
You know.
The one where we
All
learn
right.
something about the place we're in.
Ooh, yeah.
We're going to do this one on Nile, as a single blow from Nile seems to have been quite devastating.
Okay.
As you stand there, Nile, you look down and see a group of claws begin to burst out of this ground, and now that they do, you realize this is necrotized flesh. As it comes through, it splits through the flesh, comes up, ripping at your legs, at your thighs, and attempting to hold you. I need you to make a dexterity save.
Oh, I can do those. 27.
Oh, very good. That will succeed. You are not affected by the grasping hands. Now, Win, your turn.
All right. Why fix what ain't broke? So she whips that sword right around and stabs
Amazing.
into the crowd with a 24 to hit.
That hits.
That's going to be 12 plus Nixian Blade, another 8. And you know what? I know that I can tell that the radiant damage isn't really helping, but I just want this fight over, so
Every
I'm
little
going
bit
to add
helps.
another D8. 2 more points.
Alrighty. 22. And did you keep in mind the D8 that you get for using the Nixian Blade?
Yes, I already
You
did that.
Okay, very
And
good.
then, oops, I just hit initiative. Let's ignore that. And let's swing again for a crit.
Uh-oh.
I get a crit. Okay, so I'm gonna use a level 3 smite.
Okay.
He's feeling pretty now.
I'm gonna roll the damage.
3 snipe. Goodness. Go
So
for it.
that's 21 crit damage.
Okay.
And now I'm gonna use a level 3 smite plus my Nixian, which is double, so 5.
So it's 10d8, is
So
that
level
right?
3, the level 3 smite would be 2, 3, 4, plus another because it is an aberration.
And then another-
Oh, wait, no, you don't. No, sorry, you don't get that for everything. So 4.
Yeah.
So then the
then
5th one is
2
for the Nixian
Nixian
Blade.
Blade.
All of that is
so that
double.
is
10.
yeah, that is 10d8 on this incredible smite.
You better work.
So good.
I'm
Oh my
glad
gosh.
we were
That
all
was
here for it.
awful.
25.
That
Yeah.
was poopy
Oh.
rolls. So another 24 damage.
All right.
Friends, that was
25
5
damage.
ones. Oh my god.
What was this? The total is
What was the hit on the
21 plus 25. So
got it.
46.
Okay.
Monstrous.
Very good. With that, now you think you are beginning to have an effect. The swarm is still massive. It still has a lot of fight left in it, but it is you are taking a toll. So that is going to be the end of Wid's turn. That's going to bring us next to Dawn.
All right. I really didn't like what happened last time, so I'm going to clutch my holy symbol and just think of the light that I am exuding, and I'm going to send a prayer to Zuth, and the light is just going to pulse out from me as I use my channel divinity to turn undead.
All right.
Your aberrations, though.
Oh, right there. Oh, wait. Yeah, you told us they were
pulse shoots
aberrations,
out
right?
And has no effect, as they
I
are
forgot they
in
were
fact
aberrations, not undead.
undead here.
I knew that, and I was just so focused on not getting hit with 52 damage again. Okay. I will... It's the skeletons in the image are messing with my brain.
They are
misled.
skeletal. There are wraith-like.
Yep.
They seem like undead. However, in this place, they're not. They just exist
This is a
here.
form of gaslighting.
Ghost lady. Yeah.
I feel like Dawn, as Dawn, I wouldn't know the difference seeing skeletons, so it was
Sure.
worth a try. I am going to then use my bonus action to
Heal.
heal.
Yeah, use your potion.
Heal.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm going to drink my potion.
Okay.
Is it 8d4 plus 8?
So 27 points of healing.
Nice.
All right. The swarm is
Oh,
going
hell.
to move.
I'm also going to
Towards
move
wind.
just
With
to
the-
try to get
With the
spread us.
move, it does, in fact, take the booming blade damage. And I forgot to tell you the booming blade damage when I hit it, which was an additional 12 from last turn.
Okay.
So it will take
Okay.
3d8.
Go ahead and roll that, please. Points of
Come on.
thunder damage.
Yes.
Because it was a crit that he rolled that.
That's only for the
Does
attack
the-
damage. The moving
Only
damage
for the
doesn't
attack damage.
count, but
Yeah.
it's 12 points for the movement.
12. As this thunder damage rolls around this structure, you watch as this creature, this mass of creatures, you watch as they shake and move, and the silence is broken, and this eruption of sound. Damage appeared to be very effective.
Oh.
And as they move on to win, they are going to make their attacks, all of them on win.
Oh.
A 20 to hit you, win.
Does not hit.
26.
Hits.
22.
Meets, so hits.
29.
Wait, I'm gonna cut in words that one then.
The 22.
Which one?
Yeah, the 22, last one.
Okay. So that will miss. So that means I've got 2 hits so far.
Mhm.
A 23 to hit.
I will silvery barbs
Hits.
that one.
All right.
Go team!
Go team.
The reroll is better, is a 27.
Damn it.
It's all right.
So that will be, so let me keep it. So miss, hit, 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 and one more claw attack. That will miss. And then the buffet will rise up and just move around, and it just swarms, roils around, all of these claw attacks ripping at Wynn, and this buffet comes and rips around her as well. A 22.
Hits. Damn it. So many
Alrighty.
meat beats.
Jeez.
So, the total damage We'll just do these one at a time. 21 piercing and 12 psychic.
No. Come on, Win. Come on.
23 piercing and 10 psychic.
You're going to go down.
100%.
20 points of piercing and 8
You're
psychic.
down.
Does
Yep,
that get you
I'm
to
down.
0?
I'm down.
Win, as you collapse to 0, you all brace yourselves, waiting for Win's form to turn into ash. However, Win, your body dissipates for a moment and then comes back with half your hit points.
Fascinating.
Let's see here.
That can't be good for us.
That's not all, however.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Right. Half your hit points.
Huh.
Also, any effects, any beneficial effects, any spells or anything like that that were on you have been canceled.
Okay.
And I need you immediately to roll on some tables, which I've been looking forward to doing for some time.
Oh no!
I like this game anymore.
Down to get something. I knew it was
As
bad.
you
Damn it,
have
Ryan.
you have begun to unravel. Roll a d10 for me.
All right,
Have
I'm
to
gonna roll
prod the
my pretty
DM.
dice. I'm gonna roll my pretty dice. Come on, pretty dice. Oh, it got right in the corner. I have to re-roll. A 5.
You no longer require. Let's see. No. You gain incorporeal movement.
What does that mean?
You can move through other creatures and objects as if they were difficult terrain. If you stop inside a creature or an object, you take 1d10 points of force damage. But your soul is no longer as firm and congealed as it was.
And I can do that as many times as I want to. Like
That
that's just movement.
that is just what you have now. Yes, you
But that-
gain incorporeal movement. I also need you to roll another d10.
God, you guys.
I don't like it.
2.
This is
Stressing me out.
I know. I'm like panic
2.
mode.
A 2. Win.
What?
We've encountered. We know that you are close friends with Jack. We know that you are close friends with Corcoran Pebblemoss. Do you have any other close friends? Other than the
No.
party? No? Not a single one?
I mean, she would probably consider herself quite close with the whole party, but
Okay. You lose all memory of Corcoran Pebblemoss.
Oh my god.
That memory has been removed from your mind. No longer a part of your soul.
that's so sad.
This being the case, the final attacks as this swarm briefly seems to kill you, they're going to change their attack and they're going to send their buffet towards Nile.
Of course they are.
So Nile, that buffet was hit AC
22.
22. Does that hit?
17, 18, 19, 20. Oh no, I don't even have a reaction anymore to.
No.
So yeah, it hits.
Okay, so you take 41 points of bludgeoning damage. That is the swarm done. Brings us to Jack.
Do something.
I hate everything. Okay. Okay, so okay. Jack is like, "Oh, you fucking bastards. Hey, where you going?" Slams his third gem, which goes ahead and activates the heroism.
Okay,
spell.
yes.
So
So
you
you're
get-
now under the effects of a bless. That's
I'm under the effects
D4
of a
to
bless, and I'm under the effects of and then I've got 10 temporary hit points. And then I'm going to go ahead and cast Entangle
Okay.
on the Swarm of Souls.
All right.
So they have to make a 17 strength save.
So as you cast this spell, describe what it looks like as a net of some sort, or what exactly does it
Don't
look like?
mind if I do. So, as these, so he's like, oh, you fuckers, where do you think you're going? Slams that gem, it cracks. He then feels this power surge go through him. As he does that, he then reaches out in front of him, and the ground around him then seems to like suddenly. You see these labyrinthian walls begin to build around the swarm of souls, and as like this structure builds around it and around it and around it, there's like twists and turns that seem to just coalesce, and as it sort of builds this sort of stony dome over the top of them, which forms this entangle. And as he goes ahead and says to them, sunless tides of the bygone age, the rust of the earth flows, bathed in graves.
A very, very cool moment for Jack. Jack, as the spell takes effect, you watch as the swarm separates, pieces moving one way, another way, up, down, flowing in and around. The swarm is immune to the restrained condition.
But that was so cool.
Yeah,
That's very
that
cool.
description was awesome.
Yeah.
Worth it. It's
I'm so
that's how
sorry.
that felt.
Yes.
to be fair, that's a payback for you letting him describe the worm coming into the game and then counterspelling it.
I swear I took no pleasure from it.
I swear you're a liar.
No.
All right.
How does that medicine taste?
Yeah,
Your
right.
own flavor?
Your own flavored? Yeah. Is it just me, or have these tables turned? Yeah.
All right. Seeing Wynn disappear and then reappear, I'm going to instinctually rush towards her. And I'm going to do the same thing that I did before. I'm going to use my advantage from Silvery Barbs. I'm going to cast Booming Blade on it once again. And I'm going to wallop away with my Nixian Blade short sword.
Go for it.
Oh.
No. Oh, no.
That is incredible. What did you just roll?
I just rolled 2 1s. I rolled a
What is
double
the likelihood?
1 in 400.
But the fact that he rolled 2 1s and then they both rolled, it's a double 13 because of his modifiers. It's just so ominous.
Now,
That is.
something deeply frightening and just chills you to your soul, realizing how formidable this enemy is, and you are not able to bring the same level of skill that you did last turn. You miss completely.
I do indeed.
What do you do?
I'm going to use my bonus action to do the red healing potion to bring myself back up a little bit.
Very good. 8d4 plus 8.
And that is the
Go
end
ahead
of
and
my
roll that.
turn.
All right, Dusk.
Okay, I am going to wait. How much did you heal?
49.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no. I did the wrong dice. I was like, that's really high. No.
I was going to say.
Sorry.
Yeah, you did.
I did
D8s.
D8s. Oh, that's. Oh, and
That's-
look at all
that's
those.
better.
Look at all those ones. So 17.
That's why I was
25.
25.
Yeah.
25.
Cursed. Literally.
I got so excited. I was like, oh, I'm okay. Not okay.
Okay, I am going to again cast a aspect of life first tier to heal Niall.
And Win, can you? Is it just one? Or Win, are you back to full?
I'm half.
You're half.
Is that a 1 or a 7? Hold on.
7.
Yeah, it's 7. 3, 8, 7,
18.
And then one more. Oh, that's a 1.
19.
So 19. You hear
I'll-
heal 19
I'll take it.
additional.
So this beam of healing energy
Which is still gross and green.
blasts out of Dusk. Dusk, as this energy moves out of you towards Nile, it reveals something in the darkness. A tall, cloaked figure that you didn't see there before, but this healing magic, this essence of life that emanates from you reveals it briefly. And as quickly as the battle began, suddenly the swarm dissipates. Each one of these creatures moving at an incredible rate out into the darkness, disappearing. And you hear a voice.
What dares cheat these souls of their eternal slumber?
Death has awakened and demands answers. That will be the end of our session tonight.
Good, we can prepare
Guys,
what we're going to say.
Wait, I didn't know there was going to be a quiz. Wait.
You guys, I can walk through walls, and I don't know who Corcoran Pearlmoss is anymore.
That is not a
What
fair
if it had been
trade.
Jack? What if it had been Jack?
Yeah, wait a minute. So wait. So I didn't hear. Yeah. So what are? How fucked up are you right now, Win?
I can permanently walk through things. Like I'm ghostly now.
Wild.
Does that mean you
A
pick stuff up? Or,
She can. You have the ability. You have incorporeal movement.
Okay.
If you wish to use it, you're able to move through objects
it.
and people. But the reason why that happened is because Wynn has begun to unravel.
Wow.
All that she is being changed. And if it continues unabated, you will not recognize her before too long. A fate that could befall you all. Unraveling, of course, is from the Black Ballad, which is what we are playing. The amazing module.
If you'd like to unravel too,
written and
Choose
therapy
therapy.
by Storytellers
pull up a
Forge.
chair,
Also
grab
the
a cup,
sponsors-
unravel with us if you'd be so kind.
Also the sponsors of this Twitch stream. We're very grateful. And you should also... we should also thank Drake and Diamorte for the amazing music, the great character art by Kai. If you are enjoying the Black Ballad, you should definitely be on the lookout for other interesting modules from
Yay.
Storytellers Forge. We will discuss more about those as this stream continues on for the next several sessions, but there's fantastic stuff from Storytellers Forge, and there will be more of that to come. Once again, thank you very much for joining us. If you're interested in my DM stylings, then please check me out. All the information for all the people we've just thanked is in the chat. But I am a DM for hire, and I would love to DM for you. Perhaps
we're
even,
looking for people in our game, right, Sean?
That is
Yeah.
true, yes. I have a
Yeah,
couple
we are.
games that have some openings. So please let me know. Send a little note here in the chat, or join us at our Discord, also in the chat, and let's get something going.
Yeah.
Looking forward to continuing this next week. So everyone be well until then, and thank you as always. Goodbye, all.
Woo!